Did you hear what I said?
Hey man, we ain't talking about nothing else. I want to show y'all a little something, man. Something that kind of made the difference in the game from a defensive perspective. Okay, I just want to talk about how certain pressures led to Jalen Hurts and the Eagles' demise. Okay, you know, we kind of talked about it. I've talked about it for weeks now because I'm allegedly a Jalen Hurts hater, but just a little bit of pressure throw that dude off. So I decided to compile all the times the Cowboys decided to get a whole ton of pressure up front, and you know, it ended up being a terrible looking pass for the Philadelphia Eagles or a check down of some sort, not really going crazy down the field. All right. Appreciate y'all, man. Hit the like, man. We ain't doing nothing else. We're going to run the play, then we're going to come back, and we're going to talk about it, man. I just kind of want to bring attention to a couple of things as we do this, all right, guys? And, you know, you can do it on your own, but I'll be talking around it. I kind of want to take a look at how many guys that we got rushing, right, so we can have an idea of what the one-on-ones look like and at what point in the game in the top left corner and the down and distances we are. I think those things are important. I left that information up there for you. You can kind of figure it out on your own there. Now, this was an interesting situation, right? The Cowboys try to get a little bit of tricky here. And look, man, if you're going to be whooping up on Jalen Hurts in this kind of way, I'll take it, man. But you got Dante Fowler dipping out, and you got Maris as your fifth rusher, but it's still a 5 versus 5, right? And, man, just look at the pressure that Quinnen Williams is able to get. I don't want y'all looking at box scores, man. I was listening to Colin Cowherd, and I only listened to him because when the Cowboys win, I want to know what these goofy people got to say. But he was like, yeah, Quinnen didn't do much today. I'd be damned. Quinnen had his most productive pass rush day, pressure wise, right? So I don't want to hear Quinnen ain't doing nothing, you know what I'm saying? But take a look at Quinnen and take a look at Clark right here, man. Quinnen and Kenny Clark really get a ton of push in the middle, bam, and Jalen Hurts' eyes are going to drop, just like we've been talking about all week. You get a little bit of pressure, his eyes start looking around, running around, and the ball just goes anywhere. This time it was almost a Deron Bland interception. Ladies and gentlemen, this time it was almost a Deron Bland interception. Okay? But then people kind of looked up in that way. But just pure, just ass whoop aggression. I'm better than you. And it's just immediate. You know what I mean? I was kind of worried that, Flus was going to ruin Quinnen Williams for us. I guess Quinnen Williams is Flus proof. You know what I'm saying? And also another thing that we talked about during the week on .com and Crown Global and all that is like, go get Landon Dickerson and make him like turn and move sideways and stuff. It ain't gonna go good for him. Osa was another guy that got a ton of pressure. He got a sack and he got 3 quarterback hits. Let's take a look at him, man. Osa's gonna get a feeling quickly cross the face of Cam Jurgens, bro. And of course we're gonna get Jalen Hurts throwing the ball to Pam Oliver or something. But boy, man, just take a look at and this is what we wanted from Osa this whole time. Now Quinnen ain't on the field right now, okay, but Kenny Clark is there, and that's a little rotation around there. You know what I'm saying? We'll cross that bridge whenever we get there. But Osa with the quickness, Cam Jurgens is kind of base zone blocking in this direction. Osa just with the quickness is gonna slip, boom, come under, bam, bam. And look, man, Saquon don't want no parts of that. And Jalen Hurts, he decided to kind of panic a little bit and throw the ball. It's an Aaron Andrews. Hey man, is that intentional grounding, man? What's going on, dog? Who's over there? Look at this big circle around the football. Ain't nobody even over there. I don't know. Let's keep watching. What about this one? Osa, Solomon Thomas, James Houston, and we got Sam Williams on the. And look, man, I was befuddled, y'all. Hey, real fast, I got to give him credit where it's due, man. It took us a while to get here, but damn, take a look at Sam Williams, man, getting over that edge on my Lotta there. I had no clue that Sam, and then he kind of get, he kind of gets snatched down to the ground by my Lotta there, but it's okay. Sam created the initial rush here, but this is my whole thing about Hurts. It ain't like Hurts is gonna miss this initial rush, get his eyes back upfield, and then kind of throw the ball a little bit. Nah, man, he's gonna run around and just make nonsense mistakes, right? What I will say is Sam kind of flush Hurts up. You still see Osa getting involved in the pressure also, right? So he's gonna flush Jalen back in this direction, and you would hope that James Houston or Sam could do something about it, man. But at the end of the day, Jalen Hurts gonna throw that mug. Hold on, Tyler. Let's just go back. Who he throw that to? Who is that over there? He threw that mug to CD. he thought he was at Oklahoma. He threw that mug to. I'd be damn. He said, I'm sick of this. I'm finna throw the ball to CD. The pressure coming. How about this one, guys? Take a look at your front and your alignment, okay? But let's start off here, right? Think about where we are. Down in distance, 3rd and 5. We're in the middle of the third quarter right now. Tush push off the table. They got to throw the ball right here, right? Take a look at Quinnen Williams, right? He's gonna come off the he's gonna come off the ball and get the double right here. Boom, boom, boom. And look, Freddie got involved also, so you get a helping hand from Freddie. It's Steen's block, and you're gonna get full help from Juergens, and this is gonna be your double. So your one-on-ones come here, here, and here. And what you really need is guys to kind of take advantage of those one-on-ones and all that, right? And look at Dante Fowler, man. Dante Fowler took advantage of his one-on-ones, man. Hey, man, my Lotta ain't winning like he used to, man. We got Dante Fowler crossing here and a little gap exchange on the opposite side. I wonder if this was on purpose. I wonder if Flus designed it to where Quinnen tearing up shit on one side, and then we get like a little stunt action on the opposite side. I'm just curious about that. And once again, Jalen Hurts threw that mug to Gene's territory. Ain't nobody over here. You just throwing that. Hey, Jalen, look, we really should have had 7 interceptions last night, man. Hey, man, what's going on, dog? Jalen eyes dropping. He just threw that mug. Dean Blandino could have caught this damn football, bro. I don't know, man. I saw this nonsense and I was like, all right, dog, the Italian Mafia must got y'all phone number with this play call. We're going to go ahead and run it. They going to let Quinnen run free. Not on purpose, though. I mean, wait. I just know something I didn't notice at first. Okay, how about this? Okay, how about this? Wait a minute. So Juergens is going to disappear and potentially pull and block somebody over here. But all he did was kind of run into his own guy. So I would assume that Steen is supposed to down block here, but Juergens kind of got in the way, and Quinnen Williams is a dog, so he got upfield way faster than everybody thought. And like Saquon, could have did something about it. Let me change the color. Eagle green. Now we ain't doing nothing else. Old Kelly green, man. Saquon could have did something about it, but he was like, I'm getting out. Chat. Hey. Ladies and gentlemen, why the hell did Saquon say, hey man, got the way, dog. Hey. Say what? Saquon said, watch out. And then he had the nerve to look for the football, dog. He said, watch out, and he had the nerve to look for the football. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not saying that this should have been like some sort of penalty or anything like that. I'm not saying that that's the case. But Saquon is here. Who's over here? Who's over here except for Shamar James, Cam Juergens, and Scott Van Pelt? He just throwing that mug anywhere, bro. But that's what happens when you pressure this guy. I ain't here to say that he trash or he phony. Them people go out there and they win football games, bro. But I'm just befuddled at how these defensive coaches don't just treat him this way. Pressure field. See, at this point in the game, Jalen Hurts decided, look, I'm just gonna dump the ball down to Saquon because ain't nothing else going on. You know what I mean? They gonna get a little bit of a gap exchange, or at least an attempt with Solomon Thomas and Quinnen, and it doesn't quite go beautifully, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. We still gonna get a little push in the middle. And I'll say, man, Dante Fowler versus Freddie Johnson, man, kind of did his thing today. But it's just basically gonna push Jalen around. And there was a time in the game where Saquon just got all the damn. Oh boy, Sam almost. Ooh, Sam, this was almost a penalty. Oh damn, I ain't even noticed it. Look at Saquon versus Sam. Oh, Sam, this was almost a penalty. Let him. Oh my goodness, that could have cost us a game. See, look, when I be ready to give Sam credit, I be finding new shit. That was almost bad. But once again, pressure caused either a bad throw or a check down for Jalen. And one last one, man. We got Quinnen Williams at the 1. He's probably gonna get some attention there. You got Osa head up on the tackle there, playing the foe. He's going to end up over the guard there, man. Osa just efforting his way through this. Now, what I think kind of helped out a little bit, you can take a look at the wide view. I probably should have showed you, my bad. But you're going to get some interference from Murray right there. You're going to get a Deron Bland press on the outside. But I think everybody knew slant was coming, right? Because you even see Jalen Hurts about to pump fake right here. Donovan Ezraku's going to get his hand up. Bam. Y'all kind of see right there? Like Jalen kind of eyeballing that side right there. Kind of right there, and Donovan Ezraku getting the hands up. I think the Cowboys anticipated that, and Jalen Hurts just being such a bad processor of passing concepts that if his slant ain't there, like he got to run around and figure some other stuff happening. By the time that was the case, Osa Odighizuwa has gotten hands on him, and it just is what it is at that point. Ladies and gentlemen, man, the Cowboys defense, we back. Every single week is going to be a struggle, but you got a big test coming up with the Kansas City Chiefs on a very short week, and then the next Thursday after that, 7 days, you're gonna get another test, which is the Detroit Lions, and man, we're gonna learn a whole bunch about this team and where we're gonna go. These next 2 games decide if we're gonna draft or if we're gonna be serious, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there, man. Hey, man, y'all hold down with the Doski Woski. I love y'all to pieces. Catch me on .com and on Crown. Until next time, peace.